Unlike us, you humans need food and water to live.
Be sure to eat or drink when you become hungry or thirsty.
Speaking of which, let's find you something to eat. Open your iDroid's map screen. The map displays terrain you yourself have visited. As we've lost the data the core collected, you'll have to map unexplored terrain yourself.
In areas where we can support you, the map will also show your current position. However, this does not apply outside of these areas. There, you'll have to study the lay of the land to figure out where you are.
The situation report informs you of the current situation. At the moment, you need to secure food and water. Information is added to the report as the situation warrants, so be sure to check it on a regular basis. Now, let's get back to finding food and water. We've detected a place with usable resources. Begin by heading there. We've marked their predicted location on the map. Place a guide marker.
You've placed a guide marker. Just like this, you can set your destination to wherever you like.
Pay attention to your stamina. You've arrived at the objective. Now hunt an animal to obtain food. Food has more nutritional value when you cook it. You also risk getting sick if you eat it raw, so keep that in mind as well.
Food and drink you obtain can be selected and used from the inventory screen. It probably goes without saying that by eating and drinking, you satiate your hunger and quench your thirst.
All right, you've secured food and drink for the time being. Return to base camp for now.
Allow us to introduce another feature, the use of stamps. Placing a stamp on the map allows you to make a note of a place you visited.
This completes your first mission.
When you return to base camp, we'll automatically send to the storehouse any resources you've obtained. Resources stored appear as a report.
I've detected a new memory board. Sync with me to update your iDroid's data. Eating raw meat is dangerous. Doing so will make you sick, so be sure to cook it properly.
We just went over some basics, but this was time well spent. After all, this knowledge will be indispensable to surviving this environment. I hope you'll keep it in mind.
May the rest of the mission go this well. Now then, on to recovering the data of the Karen Core.
The Corps set up observation posts around DTE, accumulating research data on the memory boards there.
We detected a memory board during your exploration earlier. Make your way to its location. Captain, during your exploration earlier, we detected a memory board left behind by the Karen Core. However, at the same time, we also detect a large number of wanderers in that area. It's highly likely that when you go to retrieve the board, you're going to have to fight for it. You should craft units that will aid you in taking on multiple enemies.
When you craft a weapon, you can equip it off the bat, or send it to the storehouse. Also, when you access the storehouse, you can change equipment such as your weapons and units.
All right then, go and retrieve the memory board. I've marked its predicted location on the map. Check it on your iDroid. Just a moment. There are crystals nearby.
You can extract Kuban energy from those Kuban crystals. One of your mission objectives is to gather this type of energy. If you come across crystals while you're out exploring, be sure to gather as many as you can. Your iDroid will tell you how much Kuban energy you currently have.
I detect a memory board nearby. When facing off against a horde of wanderers, utilize defense units you have crafted, such as fences, to attack from a protected position and maintain the upper hand.
It's possible to use wormholes to summon units to your location as well.
acquired from memory board. I will analyze it. Return to base camp.
Investigation Day 3. The purpose of this voice log is to serve as a record of my activities here, separate from my official reports to Wardenclyffe Section HQ. I find this place to be much like our own world, except everything is in ruins. It's known as Tite, a name borrowed from a city in hell that appeared in Dante's The Divine Comedy. Personally, I don't believe in hell. But if it did exist, I imagine it'd look a lot like this. I'm Chloe Dubois, a researcher assigned to Wardenclyffe Section and member of the Caron Corps, which was formed to investigate this world. For those of you that slept through your college lit class, Caron is also taken from Dante's seminal work. He's the ferryman who carries departed souls across the river to the afterlife. It was Good Luck who came up with both names. Good Luck was always a fan of Dante's works, but I never cared for such flights of fancy. Although I respect him immensely, I don't understand his interest in such unscientific pursuits. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. My role in the Corps is focused on research, but I have also been given authority over this particular investigation. I guess you could say I'm something of a squad leader. My father invested heavily in this project, which played a small part in my assignment for sure. But we need not get into it. Even though I am technically the leader, the base camp facility is actually managed by Virgil AT9, an artificial intelligence developed by Good Luck himself. Apparently, she is responsible for communications, data analysis, and facility operations. She uses the instruments we carry on us to manage the data we gather in regards to our experiments, as well as the collection of the Cuban energy necessary for controlling the wormhole. To be honest, Good Luck's programming is...
When you return to base camp, the map screen is updated.
And that is putting it mildly.
We analyze your travel.
Time to analyze the data.
Alone is centuries ahead of
Please
us.
synchronize your iDroid with me here.
Perhaps the most interesting thing is that Virgil's responses to our queries are strangely human-like. She speaks in a solemn tone and has a tendency to be rather rigid at times, but she also possesses a keen sense of humor that I never had. It boggles the mind to think how many people were used as reference points to develop her personality and character. At any rate, I should be able to work towards my objective starting tomorrow. I am here to research wormhole-related technology, as well as investigate the Wanderer's ecology. One of the main objectives of my research is to find a way for us to manually control these wormholes. There is a material in this world known as Cuban energy, which we believe is essential to controlling wormholes. As such, we must harvest as much of it as possible. If we can eventually perfect this technology, we will be able to instantly transport objects anywhere on the planet. Indeed, we may finally be able to realize the world system that Nikola Tesla proposed so long ago. However, the technology is incomplete, and opinions as to its viability vary widely within our section. I understand Good Luck's belief that we should proceed with caution, but as a scientist, it's impossible for me to ignore the new possibilities that will be open to us. I managed to overcome Good Luck's personal objections and be assigned to the team in order to continue my wormhole research on the cutting edge of the field. I figured that if I didn't, I would never be able to catch up with him. It is my desire to be the one to finally find that which has managed to elude good luck for so long.
The data on the memory board you obtained becomes available to us when you connect the board to us. Let's go ahead and take a look at the data on it. Analysis complete. The board contains research data on Dite, primarily on Wanderers and Kuban energy, as well as operational records. You can examine the details on your device.
So that's part one of the captain's mission in the bag.
No, the data that was recovered is only part of the entire record. To recover all of the data, further expeditions will be required. But on these expeditions, please be ever more careful. This world may be home to threats even greater than those we are aware of.
For a machine, you're pretty damn vague. Did you learn anything from this data you got?
After connecting with the memory board, part of our internal memory was restored. According to this data, the Karen Core was more than equipped to handle the Wanderers.
Then how'd the unit get wiped out?
Unknown. The data we recovered didn't shed any light on this.
With more data, our memory may be fully restored. Continue your searches. We must find out what happened to the core.
With the additional information available to me, I've detected multiple new memory boards. The details are available in the situation report.
Captain, there is something I have to tell you.
Memory data successfully restored. New equipment can be developed. Craft the wormhole collector. This is needed to carry out the remainder of your mission.
Okay, preparations are complete. My name is Enrique. I'm a communications officer for the Karen Corps, which has been tasked with investigating the world known as Dite. It's my duty to keep a log of our unit's activities and report back to headquarters on a regular basis. I'll start by introducing our team. The Karen Corps is made up of 121 members. There are a number of researchers and engineers involved with the wormholes, as well as various other specialists here to investigate this world. And of course, there are a few corporate suits from our illustrious sponsor. Along with them, we have a medical team in case of emergencies and an active unit to carry out the research and exploration on the front lines. Basically, the active unit is filled with military types, and they are also assigned to protect the numerous civilians on our team. Us communications officers are also members of this special unit. Finally, I guess you could consider the final member of the group to be our highly advanced support AI. I was also a radio operator back in Vietnam, but the survival skills I showed there helped earn me a spot on this mission. I was told I'd be serving my country and would be rewarded beyond my wildest dreams. Who could turn down an offer like that, huh? Anyway, enough talk about money. Back to our squad members. No two are alike, which at least makes things interesting around here. And you'd be surprised how many cute little honeys there are on the engineering team. There's this one girl named Chloe. She's a little older than I like 'em, but out here, I'll take what I can get if you know what I mean. I thought I was gonna be surrounded by a bunch of dudes on this trip, but now it looks like I've got a paid vacation to explore the great unknown with a fine-looking woman. Anyway, moving on. I suppose I should give my impressions about this world. The first thing we came across here were the ruined buildings. There were various vehicles strewn about here and there. Basically, it all looked like the kind of stuff you'd see back home. I heard this was some kind of parallel world to our own, but it pretty much looked and felt like Earth.
Access the memory board and secure its data.
It has to be the fog. That's the thickest I've ever seen. We found an area untouched by the fog and are building a base camp here in order to conduct our mission on this world. Thankfully, the materials we need for the various facilities are already here and the construction is proceeding smoothly. So I guess it's only a matter of time before we can start exploring this world and reporting our findings back to HQ. That's it for now.
Acquired from memory board. I will analyze it. Return to base camp.
I am recording this while observing the wanderers from a distance. They are strange creatures, seemingly able to continue communicating even after losing their heads. I will never get used to it, no matter how many times I see it. Since we launched our investigation, the cameras in our drones have spotted numerous human-like metallic crystalline life forms. Basically, they are the organisms referred to as wanderers by Worthington Section. Although we know that wanderers are strange and unique organisms that hurt human hosts, we are yet to find any humans that already unique. Wanderers apparently got their name from their tendency to wander aimlessly about Dite until they come into contact with us. At present, the only thing we know about them is they are extremely sensitive to sound. Most wanderers have poorly developed eyesight, but have offset that with hypersensitive hearing. Still, there is much that we do not know about their ecology. Naturally, we plan to continue our research until all of these questions are answered.
I'd like to go over the mission that has been assigned to the Karen Corps. Basically, our squad received a mission at the request of a certain organization. The aim of this organization is to establish viable wormhole technology. So the purpose of this mission is to recover Kuban energy and carry out research on the world of Dite and its inhabitants, which are known as Wanderers. In addition to that, my unit's also been tasked with eliminating any threats posed by said Wanderers. However, there's no doubt there's more to this mission than what most of us have been told. The space race has lost considerable steam lately, leading many to believe that the US and the Soviet Union will engage in joint experiments in the near future. Naturally, the US is hoping to take the leading role in any such development. If America can perfect the wormhole technology first, it'll be in prime position to take the lead. That has caused some people to get rather worked up, and the usual conspiracy theories abound. Then again, where there's smoke... Plus, I've got my own theory as to what's going on. Hear me out. With the ink on the Biological Weapons Convention barely dry, this serves as a sort of loophole that could allow a nation to do an end run around the treaty in order to obtain a new type of biological weapon. If a country could somehow manage to control the wanderers that inhabit this world,
available to me.
I wouldn't put
The
it past some of
deceased
those
was a member
SOBs among
of
the
the
top
Karen
brass.
Corps.
Under the
His
veil
name
of
was
total secrecy,
Joel Martin.
I've been given a special assignment.
Cause of death
I was
appears to
ordered to
be
capture
blood
a
loss
wanderer
from
alive
gunshot
and take
wounds.
it back to our world. See? I told you something was going on here.
Pay attention to your stamina. You should rest before you're out of gas. A memory board is nearby. You are likely to encounter wanderers. Proceed with caution. Access the memory board and secure its data. Data acquired from memory board. I will analyze it. Return to base camp.
Investigation Day 31. Our communications with headquarters have been unstable lately. It appears to be due to excessive wear on our communications equipment. We are consulting with the tech team as to the feasibility of procuring replacement parts. Failing that, we are likely to lose communications completely at some point. On the other hand, our research into the Wanderer's ecology is proceeding quite well. One thing we learned is that they seem to possess a shared consciousness. That would definitely explain everything we observed so far. This was one of our most recent discoveries. We captured one and tried to take it back with us, but other nearby wanderers immediately began to converge on us, almost as if our prisoner had given off some kind of distress signal. As a result, we were able to come up with a hypothesis regarding this shared consciousness. The crystalline structures within the Wanderer's bodies appear to be made of Kuban energy. We've theorized that they use such energy to communicate with each other in a manner similar to the wormhole technology. With this hypothesis in mind, I would like to continue our investigation. There is one more thing I must mention. We have determined that the crystalline structures on the Wanderer's backs envelop the human brain at the point of contact and then solidify there. It may be that by destroying these crystals, we can stop the Wanderers from functioning. According to the research team, the most effective way of dealing with the Wanderers is to sneak up behind them and destroy the crystalline structure with a knife. I suppose, like any other living organism, they cannot function without brains.
What we originally thought was fog upon arriving on this world is actually made up of minute particles and is apparently better referred to as dust. It's difficult to see through this dust, and it also makes it difficult to breathe properly. It goes without saying that you don't want to be exposed to it for too long. You need an air tank if you're going to be out there working in it, but... well, that's enough about this particular topic, I think. There's something much more important to discuss. To put it frankly, our unit is rapidly falling apart. It's like there is absolutely no leadership at the top. I'm not exactly sure what the top brass were thinking when they put this crew together. It's clear this has all come about because we were never given a clear definition of our mission priorities. Some people focus on eliminating Wanderers, while others think it is more important to protect the survivors and secure materials for our research. To make matters even worse, we're essentially forced to serve two different masters. There's Section HQ, and then there's the group responsible for actually funding the expedition. It seems there is always some kind of struggle going on between the people in charge. Me and some others constantly try to intervene, but it's just like adding fuel to the fire. It's as if we're all kids back in high school. I don't know what's gonna become of us. That being said, there is one man here that we can depend on. As far as I can tell, he's the only one who looks at a situation with a level head and can decide on a rational course of action today. He joined the squad as an engineer, but he really knows what he's doing out there in the field. It might be good to work alongside him for a while and see what we can accomplish together. Maybe I can get him to help me restore order to the team as well. There's just one problem. He's not exactly the chatty type. In fact, he barely says a word.
Time to analyze the data. Please synchronize your iDroid with me here. With this memory board data, another phase of my memory restoration is complete. You can now craft an air tank. Partial memory restoration complete. I've also reassembled fragmented data.
With this data recovery, you can now use the skill trainer. By using the power of Kuban energy to strengthen your body, you can learn special abilities called skills. They're all beneficial to you, so try to learn as many as you can.
I detect a memory board within the dust.
Begin your search.
You've prepared an air tank. You can now enter the dust.
Having crafted an air tank, you can now operate within the dust. However, the tank is only so big. If the oxygen in it runs out, your life will begin to drop. If you're low on oxygen, you can use Kuban energy to replenish it. You can take advantage of this feature from your iDroid.